there, it's Books and Big Hair, and I'm coming at you today with a life update. It has been what has it been? 6 months, 8 months? Oh my gosh, I missed this channel so much. I miss BookTube so much. Since the last time I have been on this channel, so much has happened, so I had to have like a dedicated life update video, and I just cannot wait to share everything with you guys. If you are a new subscriber, hello. My name is India and this is Books and Big Hair. Let's just jump right into it because so much has happened. So the last video where I actually sat down and talked to the camera face to face was a call for questions because I was doing a Q&A/giveaway video for 5,000 subscribers. And the next video was like my montage of best books of 2017, and then the next video is like, surprise, I got married. Let's just start with the biggest thing that has already been talked about on this channel, and that is the fact that I got married. I am married. I've been married since May 12th. I got engaged on October 27th. So yes, my engagement was really short. It was a 6-month engagement. And you probably are thinking, why would you do such a thing? The reason that we got married so quickly is because May 12th is the birthday of my uncle, Tony, one of my uncles. I'm really close to all of my uncles, and he is my late uncle. He passed away in 2006. He was always so influential in my life and like a father figure like all my uncles are, and I really just wanted to feel like he was there in some way. And May 12th fell on a Saturday. We started looking at venues in December, so it was already kind of like, are we even going to be able to find a venue that has an opening that soon? We toured the venue that we like fell in love with, the one that we ended up getting married in. They said they had one spring date left and it was May 12th, and I was like, this is a sign, we have to do it. Someone actually called and canceled the day before or something like that, so we jumped on it and it was like crunch time. So that was like the big thing that I've already talked about on this channel, or I've already shown this channel, is that I've gotten married. On October 27th, which is 2 days after my birthday, my husband, which sounds so weird to say still, proposed to me in New York and in a park, and it was just really nice. And yeah, so, and after that, or somewhere around that time, I got a book deal, and y'all, I got a book deal. The first video that I recorded on this channel about writing a novel was in 2014, and since 2014 I've written 4 novels, okay? Like, this has not been a game. Every year I've been trying to write a novel, editing it, querying it, all this kind of stuff. And it's so crazy because it's a scary middle grade novel. So the novel is coming out with Scholastic fall of 2019, and it doesn't have a title yet, but I will for sure update y'all when we actually finalize the title. It is about a boy-girl best friend duo. They're like 11, and they actually stumble upon a segregated and abandoned graveyard in their town. Once they find it, they summon a ghost, and she is looking for justice in a lot of different ways. It's a story about like family and forgiveness and friendship and obviously ghosts. And the reason that I wanted to write that story is because my grandmother's late son, he is my uncle, but he passed away when he was 5 years old, and her aunt are buried in a cemetery that it's segregated. So at one point it was a white side, like white people only, and then black people only. It's sad because when you have segregated graveyards, usually the black people only graveyard, or the black people's side of a graveyard, was not as kept up. So over time things are covered up and you can't even tell it's a cemetery anymore, and that's the premise of the story. It's definitely something that I wanted to talk about, to bring light to, especially since it's like something that has actually happened in my family. I just visited like last month and I showed it on Instagram. I think I put it in my highlights. They've cleaned it up now, you know, but at one point it was like overrun with grass. My grandma said there was a snake out there one time, like, and she's terrified of snakes. I never would have thought I could have written a scary story because I am the scaredy cat of all scaredy cats. When I went to Mad Cat Retreats, the Aspiring Author Workshop, I talked to Maggie Stiefvater about it because y'all know the Raven Boys is really creepy, and I was like, I don't know if I could ever write a scary story because I'm so afraid. Like, I don't watch scary movie previews, very rarely watch scary movies, and she said that a mind that's so afraid of like scary stories like that and write the best scary story, because what you're envisioning is 10 times scarier than what's actually going to happen in the movie. or your mind just takes it to another level. And so I always like kept that piece of advice and like tucked it away. And then I talked to my now husband about it. I was like, do you think that I could write a scary story? And he was like, why not? I was like, yeah, why not? Like, you know, I can do this. So I did actually watch scary stories because I needed a little bit more exposure. Terrified, you know, screaming everywhere, but I wrote a chilling story that actually has like an historical aspect to it. I just feel so blessed and so thankful. That brings me to my next like big announcement. So after I got engaged, like maybe a week or two after that, I moved out of New York. So I'm no longer living in New York. And maybe like a month or two after that, the offer came for my book. So then there's like the aspect of wedding planning and moving and writing a novel and working. It was just like a whirlwind, and I barely had time to read. I made time to read, but it was only like a couple of pages or a couple of chapters a day. So like to sit down and film was just something I really wanted to do, but I just could not make the time. We moved out of New York because honestly, and I think you guys can kind of tell, I was kind of indifferent about living there. Like, of course there were things that I really and truly loved about the city. There are things I still miss about the city. I definitely for sure want to visit more frequently than I have in the past. It never felt like home to me. I felt too far from my family, and family is really important to me. And in the time I was in New York, I missed so much. I missed first birthdays and high school graduations and stuff like that, and I just hated not being able to get in a car and go. Like, I'd either have to sit on a train for 14 hours or book a flight, an expensive flight. I just didn't like that, and it was just too cold for me. Like, I'm from South Carolina, like 95 degrees is nothing. It was 95 degrees on my wedding day, but 10 degrees, it was just cold in my bones. Like, I just could not do it. Of course, New York is like one of the greatest cities on earth. There's so much there, but it just never felt like home for me. So now I'm in North Carolina. When I moved to New York, my husband actually moved to New York at the same time with me. Now that I work from home, which is another update, I work from home now, but now that I work from home, he found a really good job in North Carolina. We moved to North Carolina, so it like kind of flip-flop, because like, okay, he moved with me to New York, I moved with him to North Carolina. But I love it here. Like, it's perfect because it's within driving distance to my hometown, to my family, and I love the space. I love the trees, because trees is something I definitely missed in New York. There were not enough trees in my vicinity. I have more space for half the price, which is another reason I didn't love living in New York, because I felt like it was so expensive. But we have more space for less than half the price actually, and I just love North Carolina. I'm a South Carolina girl, but I really love North Carolina. I got new glasses. I've had these for a while, but they're from Glasses USA, and I'll leave the link to these particular frames and a little coupon code for you guys down below. And I really like these glasses because, you know, working from home, I don't feel like I just need to put on contacts every day. And I never really felt like that anyway, but it's just like, you know, I just can like pop these glasses on and go on about my day. And I wear these glasses literally every single day. So if you are in the market for new glasses, I just like these. Like, they're tortoiseshell and they're kind of big. This is kind of the vibe I was going for. I will leave the link down below if you want a new pair of glasses. And I just love these. Like, they just give me kind of like that bookworm feel that I go for all the time. Doubling back to the Q&A, the call for questions I did 8 or 9 freaking months ago. So I did actually record a response to that. I recorded answers. I included a giveaway at the end to celebrate 5,000 subscribers. I never edited it, and I never uploaded it. And so when I actually sat down to do it, so much had changed. When I recorded it, I was still engaged. I didn't announce my book deal yet. And so I was like, I need to just start over. And I went through all of these polls on Instagram, because I was like, how am I going to upload this now? And so much has changed. So, and I was like, well, should I just answer the old questions again, or should I do a new call? So I decided to do a new call, since so much has changed and maybe your questions have changed. And if I might go back through the old ones to kind of see, you know, which questions are salvageable, but more than likely I'll probably just take the questions from this video. So if you ask a question from the old video and you feel like it still applies, just leave it down below. And I really apologize for that. I was just trying to do too much at once, I think. And I just really want to start fresh. So if you have a question, a new question about marriage, book deal, writing, reading, North Carolina, New York, whatever the case, even if it's old, just leave it down below and I will do my best to answer it. Make sure that you are following me on Instagram at Books and Big Hair. I tend to update more frequently on there, but I am gonna definitely try to upload more videos on here. And if you have any videos that you want me to do, leave those down below as well. I'm just so excited for all of the things to come. Thank you for sticking with me in this channel because I know it has been a long time. And I'm just so excited. Here's to new adventures. I just feel extremely blessed with everything that is going on, like planning a wedding and trying to write a book and trying to move and transition my job and all these things. In the middle of them happening, it felt impossible. It felt so hard. Like I just felt like, how am I supposed to do this, and this at the same time? But the darkest hour is always before dawn. So if you are working on something that feels like you know the reward at the end is going to be sweet, whether it's like a fitness journey or you're trying to graduate or whatever, you're doing something that's really important to you and it feels hard, just keep pushing because the darkest hour is always before dawn. When it feels the hardest, that means the breakthrough is about to come. So just keep pushing, whatever it is. Thank you guys for tuning into my channel and I will talk to you in my next video. Bye.